to whoever that is that gave me a thumbs up. I appreciate you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Y'all hear that lawnmower? That's just like a part of nature, ain't it? It's like a part of nature. It's that time of the year. How many of you guys had a cold first day of spring? Let me know whether you hear me now, hear me later, catch the replay. Let me know how many of you had a cold first day of spring, because it was kind of nippy. It was kind of nippy, chilly, cool, breezy on the first day of spring. Not in the springish kind of way, in the winterish kind of way. In the winterish kind of way. Hey, Stefan. Hey, hey, hey. Happy Friday. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? You hear those dogs? You hear the birds? They're singing. They're chirping. They're talking. They're singing. We hear those birds having a good old time. We got bird talk going on. Bird talk. You're doing fine? That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Those little pit bulls. Those pit bulls always, they be on it. Those pit bulls back there be on it. I pass by them every day. They be on it. They be on it. Y'all know my little wiener dog. The little wiener. He always running out to the curb. Always running out to the curb to harass me. His owner was trying to train him to stay away from the curb. He said it wasn't going to work. He was right. It didn't work. It didn't work. It worked for like a couple of days. It worked for a couple of days, and he was right back out there at the curb. Right back out there at the curb. So happy Friday to each and every one of you. And of course, happy Friday to Stefan. Okay, thank you for saying hello. Stefan, if you're still here, did you decide, are you on your break? Are you still on your break? Well, listen, it's not those birds are getting down today, okay? They getting down today. So we got 2 pit bulls. We got 2 German Shepherds. I don't see German Shepherds too often. I don't see German Shepherds often. Not like we used to. Like German Shepherds used to be like one of the most popular dogs to have. You haven't started yet. When you starting, Stefan? I see this dog here looks like a chow. I see one that looks like a chow, a lab. I don't think that's a chow though. He looks like it. This looks like whatever kind of dog he is, he's strong. He kind of looks mixed breed. He resembles a chow, but he's not quite what I would expect a chow, what you would expect a chow to look like. He looks slightly like a chow, just a little bit different. So what you got going on for the weekend, Stefan? You haven't started your break yet. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That means you probably have been seeing some good stuff, some relaxing content, some good content, positive content. Because the content that really makes you want to take a break is the negative content, right? That's the content that really makes you want to take a break. And sometimes taking a break just means different content. Like different content, going in a whole different neighborhood, like a whole different area of the app, whole different, changing your algorithm some. That's what you have to do. You got to change your algorithm some. Let's see. think I will start my fast on Monday or Tuesday. Okay, okay, that's good. Like the beginning of the week. Do you how long you plan on taking your break? Is it like a designated time, or do you just, it's like a week, 2 weeks? Because I know um, sometimes we'll miss you for about a week. So you guys look at the legs move. Watch my legs move, okay? Watch my legs move. You hear it over here all the time. That's what we say over here. Watch the legs move. Hopefully watching the legs move will help encourage you to get up and move your legs, all right, for at least an hour a day. Well, how do we say this? For those who love it, are true to the game, experience with it, didn't just start a little while ago, a couple of years ago, an hour a day is great. Sometimes we go an hour and a half, but at least 30 minutes, okay? At least 30 minutes. Okay, I've gotten good about not running the hill. Y'all know I like to run the hill. We're gonna run up this hill, baby, to get it over with. But, you know, if you take the hill slowly, it'll help to build up those leg muscles. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. The tournament, yeah. So you'll be busy. That'll have you busy. That'll take up a lot of your time. Gonna run up that hill and move those legs. Move briskly. Move with a purpose, okay? If you ain't moving with a purpose, it ain't working, all right? Now, that being said, depends on your fitness level. Sometimes you can move like this, and it's still with a purpose, compared to you not moving at all, right? You're not used to moving at all, only moving to do what you need to do, get where you need to get. Then you can move like this, and that's a purpose. But this is a purpose right here. This is my purpose here, okay? And sometimes we slow down. We keep it kind of moderate, a little moderate speed. Moderate as like an in-between, okay? Not too slow, not even brisk, just kind of steady. Just steady, right? Then we get brisk, right? Then we get a little faster. Then sometimes we go ahead and jog. But y'all know we can't jog too long, right? Because when I'm jogging, we gotta try to watch the surroundings. It's a little bit harder to jog and watch your surroundings. Hold on to the phone. I don't like using the thing around the neck, because when I jog, it's still not gonna stay in place. So we just walk and talk over here. And we don't walk and talk because it sounds cute, or we're stealing the idea or the concept. We walk and talk for a plethora of reasons. For a plethora of reasons. Shows your fitness level for one of many reasons, right? And if you're huffing and puffing, quit making excuses. You're huffing and puffing. Do what you can do. Just walk. 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 Walking is the main component. And of course, as always, do not do anything you hear me say to do, or that I do, or see me do, unless you consult your primary healthcare providers, okay? Any combination of your doctor, nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, your nurse, right? Sometimes you get to talk to the nurse when the doctor may not be available, nurse practitioner may not be available, right? Your specialty doctor, nutritionist, dietitian. You had any injuries in the past, physical therapist, occupational therapist, your psychologist, your psychiatrist even, okay? Your psychiatrist, your personal trainer at the gym, right? Make sure that you all are on the same page. You all are on the same page. Keep those lines of communication open between you and each of them, and between them. Let them know if one doctor has told you something and another doctor tells you something different, let them know. Keep those lines of communication open. All right? You want to work your body, work your body. Make sure you don't hurt your body. Your heart is a pump, okay? It is the most important muscle in your body. right? So you want to work it. Those lungs are so crucial, right? You want to get in that cardiovascular aerobic activity and even get in some anaerobic activity, okay? Right? Throughout the day, you want to take deep breaths in and then out. Hey, James Money 615, how you doing? In, out, deep breaths in. Get in that fresh O2, that fresh oxygen, and out. Exhale. Release that CO2 and other waste. Okay? Release that CO2 and other waste. All right? How you doing, James Money 615? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I was over there the other, I think it was the other morning. I think it was morning. I know I've been over there. I saw you once this week. I think it was during the morning. I can't quite remember. But I was over there. I think I said hello. I like to say hello so you'll know. I don't like saying that I'm somewhere and at least not saying hello. Because how do you know I was there if I don't at least say hi, right? I love the other night. I think you should do an open panel sometimes on things you love to talk about. I used to have open panel stuff on, but listen, sometimes I used to let, even on the YouTube app, you can share with somebody coming up on YouTube app. But, like, sometimes you got to be real careful with that. Because, of course, you can check sometimes people don't like to show themselves, right? And I understand that. I completely get that. But when you bring them up on the panel, you can see them if they just open the camera for a second before you put them on stage. And so most people who know how to do StreamYard, they know how to do that. But sometimes I've seen people not really know how to open and close their camera. And then they end up, being on and they didn't want to be. And then sometimes people say things on your channel and they hold you accountable for it. So it's like, that's kind of one reason I stopped doing it. Because it's like, you don't want to get a strike, a community guideline strike, or any type of strike, and you didn't even do it, Because you work hard to get your channel to wherever it is, whether you have 1 subscriber and 1 video, 1 short, or whether you have 1,000 subscribers and 1,500 videos, But sometimes you got to be careful with those panels. Like, now, some people who have panels all the time, they're real familiar with each other. So, and they usually know the rules. But sometimes people, they don't know the rules or whatever, and then you get them on the panel. And if they do something or say something that's not, that goes against the guidelines, that's a strike on you. That's a strike on you. Azra, hey Azra. Hi Azra. I saw you the other day, Azra, playing your games. How you been? I understand. Yeah, yep. Yeah, and then, usually if it's somebody that you invite up, let me tell you, Stefan, how people can be. People will be sitting in your bushes, right? And if you're on the StreamYard, some of them will just sit there waiting. Especially those like bad trolls. They'll sit there waiting. And if you drop the link, this is how fast they work. If they see the profile pic, they will grab it and come up as a person in your chat. They'll grab it and come up as one of those people in your chat. So you have to be careful and just make them, open up their camera. Because I've seen people have, like, they drop their link. I'm the type of person, if I drop the link, I don't want you to come up unless I specifically say, Stefan, come up. Like when Shawanda came up, Shawanda, come up. Sometimes when you do drop the link, people have a bad habit of just hitting it. So, and you never know, like I said, if it's a troll who has looked at the chat, grabbed someone's pic, put it on their profile, and then they're trying to hit your link. So again, you can stop that by, asking them to open the camera. But what if you're into the live and you just forget? You forget to ask them to open the camera. And next thing you know, it's a troll doing some inappropriate stuff. Hi, Azra. I'm doing good, but right now you're sleepy because you're tired. Get you some rest. Azra, go to sleep and get you some rest. Go to sleep and get you some rest so that you'll be refreshed when you wake up, okay? We want you to wake up refreshed. All right? So guys, look at the legs. We know that walking has become a big craze. So get up and do it. Get up and move. Keep moving. Moving and grooving. Moving and cruising. Keep moving. Keep moving. Okay? Keep moving. And when you move, be consistent. Be consistent and be persistent about being consistent, okay? Keep moving and cruising. Put it on cruise control and just cruise. Depending on your fitness level, you may walk like this, right? You may walk like this. Slight brisk walk. Or you might walk briskly. You might walk fast. All right? You might kind of jog. Right? Kind of jog. Right? Jog. It's kind of jog. Kind of jog. Jog and talk. Jog and talk. Jog and talk. Let's see them jog and talk. Come on in. Jog and talk. Jog and talk. Jog and talk. Jog and talk. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all, my phone's just bouncing. Let them see you jog and talk. Okay? Let them see you jog and talk. All right? And you might run. You might skip. Right? You might go skating. Ride your bike around the neighborhood, at the park. Right? Remember, if you go skating or ride your bike around the neighborhood, put on those knee pads or the elbow pads in the helmet, okay? Knee pads, elbow pads, helmets, okay? Knee pads, elbow pads, helmets, right? Make sure that your bike has reflectors. And make sure that you have on neon colors, okay? In case you're out while it's dark, right? Go skiing, mountain climbing, hiking, right? There are so many things you can do. You can go swimming. Listen, girl, I'm gonna throw you a few more so you can remember. Write it down. Go swimming inside if it's too cold or too hot for you, right? Go swimming outside if it's a really nice day, okay? Get up and dance. Dance around your house. Don't just clean up. Dance as you clean up. Put on some music. Put a little two-step in your step. Boom, two-step in your step. Boom, two-step in your step. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? If you don't have equipment at home and you're not quite ready to join the gym, just get up and dance. Dance. Walk around the biggest room of your home. Right? If it's not big enough for you, walk around 2 or 3 of the rooms in your home, right? Get those 10,000 steps in. Now, 10,000 used to be what was pushed, but because of continuing education, some people don't move at all. See, some people don't move at all. So 10,000 isn't really the key anymore. But to a lot of us, 10,000 is where it's at, okay? So get up. If you do 2,000 steps a day, and honestly, certain health organizations have suggested 3,000 to 4,000 to be sufficient for people, depending on health status, fitness level, beginner status. So 3 or 4 is good, okay? 3 to 4 is good. What'd you say? I already sleep while my place was rain. It was raining. It's raining. Since I have a question, are you not bored when? No, because I'm walking. I'm walking and I'm talking. And it can't be that boring, Azra, because you got 4 or 5 that left up out my chat. And now they have what they call walk and talks, okay? Which is fine, which is great. Absolutely, honestly, it's great. But it's when they start trying to be like a recorder, you know, trying to say every single word that I say instead of coming up with their own conversation, okay? Instead of coming up with their own conversation. So again, guys, personal, professional, personalized disclaimer. Do not do anything you see me do or hear me say. If you do so at your own risk. I keep it mild, okay? I keep it mild online, and we usually just walk, skip sometimes, jog a little bit sometimes. We keep it mild, okay? You want to work your body, hurt your body. Your heart is the most important muscle in your body. It is the pump. It's the major pump. It pumps that blood, okay? That lymph, the lymphatic system. It helps to do that. It helps to get the fluids moving, right? All right? So if you have any situations, any kind of conditions, don't just jump up and start doing stuff because you see somebody else doing it. Talk to your healthcare team. Talk to your healthcare team. And do it at a level that's fit for that's good for your fitness level. Do it at a level that's good for your fitness level. Okay? So that's why I say this right here can be good for someone. Just a slow walk every day. Okay? Get into grounding. Get into grounding. Take off those shoes and socks. Get into a nice clean space. Gravel, sand, dirt. Gravel, sand, or dirt. Just kind of take some deep breaths in and out. In and out, and become a part of nature. Okay? Become a part of nature. Right? Become a part of nature. Close your eyes and take deep breaths in and out. Listen to the birds sing. Listen to the birds sing. Listen. Listen. You hear them chirping. You hear them talking. You hear them singing. All right? You hear them chirping. You hear them talking. You hear them singing. And you don't have to get out and walk to do that. You can get out and sit on your porch, your patio. Sit out in your carport, your garage, and pull it up. Right? Especially on a cool day. Especially on a cool day. Let's see what Stefan say. I think Mike needs to leave Melissa alone. What, you think he needs to start dealing with Momo? Stefan, that ain't right. Start dealing with Momo? Why Momo? I think he just needs to leave Melissa alone and go ahead and deal with Sonny, if that's what he's going to do, because he's not, he's stringing both of them along. Now, he's putting money into Sonny, but he also put, he helped Melissa's mom when she asked, and he hadn't put quite as much money into that household, but he put money into her business, which has paid off because he's now a partner, which is paid off because he is now a partner. And he didn't even ask to be, he didn't push for that, and he even told her she didn't have to do it. Her trying to explain, no, I'm not using you. He was still like, okay, I believe you. So he didn't push for it, he didn't ask for it. So I think he and Sonny would be better. I think he needs to leave Melissa alone. Melissa has now realized that she doesn't have to have James. She doesn't have to have J-Mo. So she's gotten stronger. And I think Mike helped her do that. But I think Melissa's still torn. Like as soon as J-Mo did something nice for her family, she was all nice to him again. And of course, when Mike does something nice, she's nice to him. So I think if you look at Melissa's situation, I think she's like in the middle. And for somebody who has cheated on her as much as J-Mo has, she shouldn't be in the middle. She should be more towards Mike, right? But she's still in the middle. All it takes is him to do something nice or something good, and she's still in the middle. Now, she didn't give in to getting back with him or being loving on him, but she's in the middle. Mike's situation, he's between her and Sonny. Well, I don't think he's in the middle. I think he's more towards Sonny. So I don't want him to fool with Momo, because then it's just gonna look like he already been for the streets for the past year. He started messing with Momo. And even though Rashad is wrong for the things that he did, when Mike initially did that with Sonny, I think he did, to me, that was wrong. He did Rashad wrong. Because think about it. There is no bro code in Wayne's world. So we're not going to even think of it as bro code. Rashad knows his family. They're like family. So why date a girl that he was feeling? And at the time, Mike really wasn't feeling Sonny. He thought she was fine. Most guys who see her do. But he really wasn't feeling her. And he knew that it would hurt Rashad, because if he didn't think it would hurt Rashad, he would have been up front early on. They kept trying to, keep it a secret, keep it from him. So my thing is, now that you do have her, and now that even though Sonny and Shayla weren't that tight, there's no girl code either. But, so now that they crossed the line and they started, it was kind of like, well, you ain't that into my friend, so I get with you. That's how Mike was. That's how Sonny was. So now that they're both single, I think they should be together. And Melissa, go ahead and break it off with her before she does get deeper, and then she gets hurt. No, I think Momo is more peace. But no, I'm seeing, okay, you're seeing Sonny. Yeah, and see, they did some type of thing where they said Mike and Melissa take their last ride. Had everybody thinking they were about to break up, or he was gonna break up with her. Mike over there still trying to get with the girl, talking about meet him. So my thing is, he told Sonny, he did tell Sonny that I don't know if he told her he loved her, but he told her that basically she's more important to him than Melissa. Basically. Now, J-Mo told Melissa she's more important to him basically than Ernestine. So it's like Melissa's gonna always have his heart. Even when he's mad, he put her out and all this kind of stuff, and she put him out. And Mike seems like he's basically more committed to Sonny. So just leave Melissa alone. Just leave Melissa alone. Because she's finally gotten strong enough to be with somebody else. So don't let her get so into you. And then when you have to tell her about Sonny, it's going to be a problem. See, right now, Mike does, I think he loves Sonny some, or at least she's more important to him than Melissa. But if he keeps dealing with Melissa, he's going to have a problem on his hands. And he's going to want to start being with both of them. Sis, what is your favorite song, Michael Jackson? I don't know, Ashley. You asked me that before. I don't know. He has so many. Maybe Man in the Mirror. It's like I have favorite songs for certain times. Human Nature. I love Human Nature. I love Man in the Mirror. But if you want to talk about more upbeat songs, I love Billie Jean, Beat It. Because there have been no songs with those beats. You can't do those remakes. You can. And some songs, when they do remakes and they use other people's beats, they're pretty decent. Like P. Diddy was good at that. Say what people say about him. He was good at taking a song and making it a new hit, making it an updated hit. He was one of the few people who was good at taking an old classic or an old hit and making it a new hit. But can't too many people make Michael Jackson songs hits again. They've used the beats here or there, but I think that beat, that Billie Jean beat, it'll never be another beat like it. It'll never be another beat like it. And that was what, the 80s, the early 80s, mid 80s. When you hear that doo, doo, all you think about is those shimmery socks. And that blazer. And that hand snap. That's the first thing you think. And that Jerry curl. Beat It, classic. Again, the slow ones, Human Nature. Man in the Mirror. That broke a lot of records. When he started to kind of pipe down, kind of quiet down a little bit, and they weren't as big of hits, maybe Bad, Dirty Diana, and that's adult Michael. Let's see, Kid Michael, I'll Be There. Stefan says ABC. Yeah, ABC is a good one. Rock With You. I call that kid/adult Michael. Rock With You. Not another beat like that one. Let me see. ABC. I Want to Rock With You. I'll Be There. It's too many. It's too many, Azra. It's too many. You know, I think I have my top 3 to 5. But it's so many. As soon as you name 3, you think of 3 more. That could be the top 3. You Are Not Alone. Yep. You like that one, Stefan? That's a good one. That's a good one. Azra says, I forgot to show you about my voice, that I can do a voice. Yeah, you were supposed to do that, Azra. You never did do that short. You were supposed to do a short with your Michael Jackson voice. You were supposed to do a short singing with your Michael Jackson voice. Look at the legs move. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. See? Just move. Keep moving. Keep moving. Moving and grooving. Moving and cruising. Moving, no snoozing. Moving, no snoozing. Moving, no snoozing. Moving and cruising. Moving and grooving. Flow with the motion. We're gonna march because we got some traffic, y'all. We got action. We got traffic. We're marching. We're marching. Stefan says, You're Not Alone. I Want to Rock With You. ABC. See, Stefan's touched on about 3 different eras too. I was about to say areas. And I still was trying to say it. Stefan's touched on about 3 eras too. There are so many. I love anything with him and Janet. I love anything with him and Janet. I love Dirty Diana. And then Janet came with Black Cat. That was real similar. The sound was similar. Oh, I like his collabs. Paul McCartney, Say. That was a good collab. That was a good duet. I'll say collab. It doesn't sound like a duet. I think a duet, when I say duet, I think, of course it's 2 people, but when I say duet, I think more romantically. Like Philip Bailey and Phil Collins. That's truly a duet, but I call that a collab. When I think duet, I think more Lionel Richie and Diana Ross. Listen to those birds chirp, chirp, chirp. Listen to them talk, talk, talk. Listen to them sing. Just listen to the birds sing. Do you know why they sing? You can sing a low pitch, Only Like Human Nature, I'll Be There. I Just Can't Stop Loving You, and Thriller. Really? You can sing those? You can? Well, you gotta do it, Azra. You gotta do it. You got to go ahead and do it. You got to get your shorts. You were supposed to do a short, weren't you? Weren't you going to do a short? You like Human Nature with SWV? I didn't dislike it. I thought it was all right. I didn't dislike it. And I love SWV. I think sometimes there are very few cases where a remake will outdo the original. It has happened, but very few cases. And then sometimes I think we love an artist so much until even when someone does it good, we don't like it. If that makes sense. It's not that we don't like it, but we're just like, leave the original alone. Leave the original alone. But that's just the thing about it. The original is so good, it makes people want to do a remake. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. The originals can be so good that it makes you want to do a remake. So that's a good thing. Or just like when an original is so good and you don't necessarily do a remake, but you take a snippet of it, you use the beat. Stephon said, hey, Stephon said, get off his SWV, okay? Get off of his SWV. Stephon said, don't do it. Hey, Shawanda, I didn't see you. Hey, Shawanda, welcome into the live. How you doing? Happy Friday. Happy Free for All Friday. What? Look, it's Friday, y'all. It's Free for All Friday. It's Freebie Friday. We talk about any and everything over here anyway, but we could chit chat about anything, everything. Of course, health and fitness. We drop nuggets over here in Lion's Pride regarding your health and fitness, right? We keep it mild, we keep it light, because we never know who will be touched by the words that we say, right? And YouTube doesn't license, right? They don't give us registrations or certifications. So we have to be careful and mindful of the things that we say, right? And that's because things change so much, right? Sometimes there are things that the health profession, the healthcare profession, the medical fields say you can do it, and then it'll change. They'll say, well, pump your brakes. That wasn't right. Or we've done more research and maybe you shouldn't do it. And that's for the average person. So if you have any health situations or any kind of, things that you go to specialty doctors for, you definitely need to pay attention to the education. Educate yourself, okay? So we just drop a few nuggets so that you can take those nuggets, hopefully do research, use reputable sources, the .journals, the .orgs. There are some good .coms and .nets, but the .journals, the .orgs, right? I would say the .govs, but I don't trust the government right now, so so we can't say the .govs, all right? Because they lie to protect their egos, okay? So we can't say the .government, right? We got governmental officials now who won't let the medical people, who won't let the true medical professionals do their work, right? So we can't say that right now. I challenge you, sis. Sing a song, Michael Jackson, that you know. You challenge me? Azra, you don't want me to blow you off the YouTube now. Azra said he challenged me to sing a Michael Jackson song. Azra, you don't want me to... Azra, listen. I better not do that, because if I do that, these same ones that's walking and talking now, they'll be walking and talking and singing too. We have to have this. We're going to walk, talk, and sing. Huh? We're going to walk, talk, and sing. Because see, if you think walking and talking means a lot, try walking and singing. And when you sing, you got to do like Ike told Tina. You got to go deep. You got to go deep. You got to go deep, right? You got to drop that diaphragm and you got to go deep, 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 okay? and you gotta walk. So that's a good challenge, Azra. Let's see if they can walk and sing. They don't even have to sing good. They don't even have to sing good. Because everybody thinks that they can sing, right? Now, most people are realistic and they know that they're not going to be singing at anybody's wedding, okay? But you know what I mean. Everybody sings at some point, whether it's in the shower, when they're at home just cleaning up, dancing. Maybe we do need to challenge and see if they can walk and sing, okay? See if they can walk and sing. Walk and sing. After all, we're doing cardiovascular aerobic activity, right? You want to work that heart, that pump, that most important muscle in your body that pushes that blood, that lymph through your lymphatic system, through your circulatory system, right? That makes sure that those cells become oxygenated, right? You inhale, all right, pulling that oxygen into the lungs where it exchanges in those bronchioles and capillaries of the lungs, and you get rid of that CO2 by exhaling. There is an exchange. With the inhalation and the exhalation, there is an exchange. You pull in the good oxygen and you release the carbon dioxide and other waste, right? You release the carbon dioxide and other waste. So Azra just gave me a challenge. I might take him up on it. But we're going to, Stefan ain't going to hear a word on this challenge. You want to walk and talk? Well, let's walk, talk, and sing. Okay. Yeah. Walk, talk, sing, walk, talk, rap, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. We want to march right now, though. We want to march, march, march. We want to march, march, march. So we had some traffic. We had some action. We had some action. We had action. So you don't even have to know how to sing. You don't even have to hold a note. Okay? That's the challenge. Y'all thank Azra for that challenge, okay? Okay? That's the challenge. That's the challenge. And then if you can, you can. All right? Jog, talk, and sing, okay? All right? That's the challenge, Azra. Hold on, y'all. They don't even have to know how to hold a note. Just know how to talk loud. Because if you talk, the louder you talk, the more you're working too. Okay? The louder you talk, the more you're working too. That's why when that wind comes sometimes I don't feel up to it. Sometimes I do. Because let me tell you, that wind will drown you out. When that wind is blowing hard, it'll drown you out. But I prefer the wind to just dryness. That dry sun, that hot sun. I would prefer a little bit of wind, okay? But today is cool. Today is cool. It's not really windy. The sun is out. And it's cool. It's about 60 degrees. So you don't have to talk over the wind. And when you can't talk over the wind, it drowns you out, so you don't have to worry about that. But sis, let me see. Okay, okay, but sis, want I sing where a song first? What? You want to sing first? Is that what you're saying? Azra, is that what you're saying? You want to sing first? I think Azra says he wants to sing first. I think that's what he means. Get those legs in order. Get those legs in order. Ladies, get those arms in order. Get those arms in order. Okay, your left, your left, your left, right, left. All right, all right. There's a reason that we walk to those cadences. Believe it or not, it's really important. There are ways to walk, okay? There are cadences that you need to use. Now, if you're just strolling, you're just strolling. That's fine. But there are cadences. All right? Not just in the military. Not just in the military. But they use those cadences for a reason, okay? Which song? Which one is your favorite? What did you say your favorite one is? What's your favorite song, Azrael? Whichever one is your favorite, excuse me. We've been going for 47 minutes, you guys, okay? Please do not do anything that you hear me say or see me do over here. If you do, you do so at your own risk, all right? All right, always contact your primary healthcare team. It includes all those professions that I named earlier in the live. They are your atom, your cell, and you are the nucleus. You hold the important information. You hold the DNA, all right? You hold the DNA of that cell. You got neutrons and protons floating around in the nucleus of that atom, okay? So work your body, work your body. Make sure you don't hurt your body. Make sure you don't overexert yourself. If you need to, you can slow down and or stop. Slow down and or stop. And/or stop, okay? And start again later. Start again later. Whether it's later that day, the next couple of days, the next week. The only person you're in competition with, well, the only person you should be in competition with is yourself. The person that you were earlier today, yesterday, the day before that, last week, last month, last year, years prior, right? Because you don't know everybody's history, baby. So stop competing where you don't compare, right? And certain things will work for you, and if I did them, they won't work for me. It'll be like a flop, okay? Certain things that'll work for me won't work for you. It'll be a flop for you. Especially when we're all right here next door to each other. It does become boring, weird, really weird and obsessive, kind of strange. But I'm gonna keep being me, because this is what I've been. This is what I've been. CJ says, what's cracking? What's cracking, CJ? CJ, we got Azrael in here challenging people to a sing-off, a Michael Jackson sing-off. What's cracking with you, CJ? We got Azrael in here. Azrael, how old are you? You talking about? Azrael loves him some Michael Jackson. Azrael loves Michael Jackson. Azrael up in here challenging people to sing-offs and carrying on. He says, hey, what's up, CJ? What's up, CJ? So which one are you gonna sing, Azrael? We're gonna start with your favorite one. We're going to start with your favorite song, okay? CJ's working on a new song. Really? That's cool, CJ. That is cool. What genre? What type? What genre? Which genre of music are you in? Uh-oh, you got Azrael's attention. Azrael says, wow, what's that? So you got Azrael's attention. Azrael loves music. He loves music. Move those legs, move those arms. Keep that neck on a swivel. Pay attention to your surroundings, whether it's day or night, okay? Whether it's day or night. Okay, some West Coast. Oh, come on now. Azrael. Azrael is not in the U.S. You hear that, Azrael? Working on some West Coast stuff. Okay? Okay? More like the old school or more like current sound. You got the current sound, you got the old school sound. Hey, West Coast, you can't, it doesn't matter for real. You always winning. West Coast, it doesn't matter. You always winning. Old school, come on now, CJ. Old school is on the school. CJ says no new school for him. But I'm shy to post to my channel. Azra, you talking junk. Azra, you talking junk. Azra, you just be talking. You on here challenging people, but talking about you're shy. So if you catch this live replay, we're about to get off in about 10 minutes. But if you catch this live replay, I don't have any mods in here. I want you guys to go check out CJ. CJ, do you do music on your channel? Or is that just do you do it for YouTube? Do you do it on YouTube as well? Or not? Is that just your thing that you do? Like, do you have a channel? And if so, is your music on your channel? Yeah, you do those lives talking about you're shy. You do lives. I understand though, Azra, sometimes people can be shy in one way, but not in another. Kind of like we were talking about Michael Jackson, right? You would think when someone says that they're shy, that they wouldn't be a great performer on stage. But the stage is their home. The stage is their playground. That's where they let loose in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. But if you meet them one-on-one, they can barely look you in the eye. They're so shy. Okay, I got you. One of them's on your page. Okay. I don't have a mod in here to drop your page, to drop your channel link. But you've been here before, so just come on back. Come on back. What's going on, Joshua? Joshua Gabriel just entered the live, y'all. Joshua says, "Hi, Lions Pride." Hey, Joshua, how you doing? What you got planned for the weekend? What do all of you guys have planned for the weekend? Y'all chilling? Y'all just gonna hang out at the house, hang out at home and chill? Or you gonna get out? Are you getting out? Remember, always remember to what? Treat yourself. Try to take some time out of each and every day to treat yourself. And if you can't during the week, try to make sure that you do it during the weekends, okay? Try to make sure that you do it on the weekends. I'm good. I stay busy whole. You gonna be busy the whole weekend? Uh-oh. Azra says support the other channel too. Support the other channel too. Azra, do you have 2 channels? Or are you talking about everybody in the chat? You got 2 channels, Azra? Or are you talking about supporting everybody in the chat? Yeah, Azra, you're talking about you're shy. Like I said, I understand a little. I can understand. Michael Jackson was shy one-on-one. But when it came to performing, the crowd was his energy. The crowd was his energy. A lot of people are like that. Kind of like one-on-one or in like, kind of confined environments. They're shy. But especially entertainers, but when they're on that stage, it just takes them to a whole new world. They just enter a whole new world. And then people are like, how in the world can they be that shy when they're not that shy on stage? It's just human nature. It's just different people. Different people have different ways. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's just like sometimes the slightest things will make a person angry, but other things that you would think they would get mad about, they don't. You know? Other things that you would think that they would get mad about, they don't. Sometimes the smallest thing can make a person lose it, okay? And then something more serious or something more you would think that would be more annoying, make them angrier. You know, the anger level is low. It's just like that. People are just different like that. Azra says, CJ, I'm from Malaysia. Nice to meet you. CJ says, all right. But you can learn to speak Malaysian language. I can't learn no Malaysia. You gonna teach us some Malaysian? What do you call it, Azra? The language of Malaysia. What do you call it? It's been 57 minutes, y'all, and we're still walking. Like I said, sometimes you can just walk for a whole hour and 15, hour and 30. It's up to you. It's up to you, but an hour is definitely sufficient. An hour is definitely sufficient. So we're going to go even slower than we are now, okay? Okay? We're going to scroll. Scroll and stroll. We're going to scroll and we're going to stroll. We're going to scroll just like you do on the apps, and we're going to scroll. We're going to stroll. We're going to take a stroll, okay? We're strolling and scrolling. Because I know that y'all are scrolling. Because what do we do on these apps? We multitask, right? We multitask. And I know that you guys multitask. I'm just glad you made me a part of your task. I know you're scrolling. I know you're scrolling. You probably swiped up, swiped back down. But that's okay. That's what it's all about. I feel like the apps were meant for just what the Copyright 107 says. Educational, informational, entertainment purposes only. Okay? So try your best to keep your peace when you're on these apps, no matter which app you're on, right? Bahasa, is it Bahasa? Bahasa, Malaysia? Just try your best to keep your peace wherever you go. When you're scrolling up and down, when you're hitting the notification bell, remember to keep your peace. Don't let bothered people bother you. Because I'm telling you, people will smile in your face, but their goal is to bother you. Their goal is to bother you. You just don't know it. You won't know it yet. But sometimes you'll know it early on. But you just play along. You play along. A lot of times your intuition, your discernment, right, will let you know. That third eye will see. The third eye will see. And you'll know. And sometimes you just get that weird feeling. Weird feeling. Some call that the intuition. Some call it discernment. And some say, it's just a weird feeling. Right? Y'all remember, don't let bothered people bother you. Don't let stressed people stress you out. Okay? Because most of the times, bothered people will attempt to bother others because they're bothered. Stressed people will attempt to stress others. They'll attempt to stress you out because they're stressed. And y'all know the old saying, misery loves company. That is true. But what I have come to find, especially amongst a lot of adults, it may not necessarily be that they're miserable. Sometimes they're just evil. And they enjoy seeing other people miserable, right? So other people being miserable for some weird reason brings them joy. All right? So if you find yourself in a misery lounge, G-Y-G-A-G, G-Y-G-A-G, guy gag. Grab your grip and go. And if they come into your space, your personal space, your platform, your home, your life, your church, your school, the grocery aisle, and they're too close, they might make their way into your lounge, GTGAG. Make them grab their grip and go. Put them out, kick them out. You don't have to tolerate that. And if you happen to see them somewhere else in the world, see and don't see. See and don't see. That seems to be so hard for some people to see and don't see. They gotta say something. They just gotta say something. They gotta throw a subliminal or, say something weird. It's really weird, especially if you're ignoring them. Sometimes you just gotta see and don't see. Let's see. Batul means correct. Yep, you pronounce. I did. Batul. Okay. I pronounced it correctly. Maybe I can learn your language then. Maybe I can learn your language, huh? Y'all hear those kids playing? They act like they at a Halloween party, don't they? Sometimes it just takes patience, right? It just takes patience, and you can learn another language. At least learn enough to kind of get by, right? At least learn enough to kind of get by. Learn enough to get by. Learn enough of another language to get by. So just remember, I want you to keep moving. All right? Keep moving consistently and be persistent about it. Right? Keep moving and grooving. Keep moving and cruising. Keep cruising and moving. Keep grooving and moving. Keep moving to keep on moving. All right? Keep moving to keep on moving. If it takes you joining a gym and that will help you to get started, find a gym that's reasonable. Okay? Because things are expensive these days. So find you a gym that's reasonable. And believe it or not, with everything else being so high, oftentimes, I know this is March, the second half of March, but gyms may still be offering discounts, right? Those first of the year specials may be over or kind of winding down, but you can still get a discount, right? You can still get a discount in the gym. Azra, what you talking about? Let me see. That's not difficult to speak Malaysia, such as Nasi Lemak, Kicking, Balik, Raya, Makan, Tidor, Mandi. Azra, you playing with me, Azra. You gonna make me start speaking Malaysian here? You playing with me. You gonna make me start speaking Malaysian? I told you I ain't trying to learn another language, but hey, don't push me. Don't push me. I ain't a 4 or 5 languager, but don't push me. I'll learn it. Rudy says, hey, Rudy in Central Oils, welcome to the live. Hey, Lunch Fry and Chat, happy Friday to you, Rudy. Happy Friday. I hope you've had a wonderful week. I hope you're preparing or have already prepared to have a wonderful weekend. Okay? Take some time out for you. Even though many of the things that you do may be calming and relaxing, find you something else new to do to add to your repertoire. Okay? Find something new to do. Especially if you don't work on the weekends. Now, you weekend warriors, you can find something too. Weekend warriors, you can find something too, okay? You can find something new to do as well. Or in other words, just treat yourself. When you find something new to do, make sure it is something calming, relaxing. Just treat yourself. I encourage each and every one of you guys to treat yourself every day. You know how I encourage you to work out at least an hour a day? Bare minimum 30 minutes. Bare minimum 30 minutes, right? And it just depends on your fitness level and where you are in your journey. You have to meet you where you are, okay? So maybe 15 minutes is good for you, right? Even if it's just 15 minutes. If you are starting or restarting, at least you've decided to start, right? So maybe you're not up to 30 yet. Maybe you're not up to 45 minutes, an hour. But if you're at 15, that's okay. You're starting, all right? You're starting. You're starting. You're getting off of that couch. You're not a couch potato anymore if you started, okay? So we're going to say an hour, all right? Those of us in the health and fitness world, we say an hour. But 30 minutes is sufficient, okay? 30 minutes is sufficient. And depending on where you are in your journey, you may be a beginner, you may be recovering from something, God forbid, but if you are, it's a blessing that you're recovering, right? So 15 minutes may be the goal for you. So that way, even if you say, I don't feel like 15, at least you did 10, okay? At least you did 10, okay? Hey, Scorpio mama. I hope you have a great weekend too. Much love. Yes, I'm going to go walk. Going on a nature walk. Nature walk. Yes, that grounding. We've been talking about grounding. I don't know if you're going grounding or just a nature walk, but listen. Hey, Scorpio mama. Listen, y'all. Remember to become a part of nature. Y'all know I like to say, can you hear the birds sing? You hear the cicadas? It's getting to that point in the evening where you hear the cicadas. Do you hear the cicadas? Y'all hear them? How many of you used to wonder what that sound was as a kid? I did. I always wondered what was that sound. Finally realized that they were called cicadas, right? So listen to the birds chirp, talk, and sing. Can you hear the free birds, right? They're free birds. They're chirping, they're talking, and they're singing. Go out on your porch, your patio, into your carport, your garage, lift the door up, and just sit. Let that be your you time. Just like I encourage you guys to work out an hour a day, but at least 30 minutes, y'all, at least 30 minutes. I also encourage you to just have, that might be your me time. That might be your me time. But I also encourage you to just have a period of relaxation. A period of relaxation, right? A period of relaxation. Scorpio mama, hey, pretty lady. Scorpio mama says, hello, Lounge Pride in chat. Rudy says, yes, start somewhere 10 to 15 minutes a day. I started with chair yoga, 15 minutes now. I'm doing an hour a day of yoga and workout routine. See? You have to meet yourself where you are, right? If you used to work out and you haven't done it in years, or if you haven't done it in a few months even, don't go out there trying to do more than you should be, okay? And don't be trying to compete with your neighbor, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your mother, your father, your church member, your classmate, the woman in the grocery store, the person at the gym. You don't know those people. And like I told y'all, like I've been saying, some of our parents can outdo us, y'all. Some of our parents can outdo us. So don't try and compete where you don't compare. You wanna help your body. You don't want to hurt your body, right? You want to work your body, make sure you don't hurt your body. Okay? Your heart is the most important muscle in your body. It is a pump. All right? Right? You don't want to overexert it. You want to realize what your maximum heart rate is. Okay? And then you figure out your target heart rate. Okay? So we just dropped nuggets over here. We're not going to go into detail, right? We dropped nuggets so that you will know to go and study and research, right? You're going to figure out what your maximum heart rate is, okay, for your age and gender, and you're going to figure out your target heart rate, depending on what your goal is, whether it's just for fitness, overall fitness, or to lose weight. Figure out what that target range is. There's a target range, okay? There's a target range. So y'all know how I am over here. I say different little things. I come up with certain cliches just to stand out, because it seems like everybody is doing the same thing nowadays, right? Your neighbor, and I'm talking about on the apps. Our YouTube neighbors, they're all doing the same thing, which is a good thing when it comes to our health and fitness. But because we're all doing that same thing, that's just like cooking. There are some people you like to watch cook, and others, they're okay, but you don't really run to them when they're, you know what I'm saying? So I like to try to do things that are different. And walking, everybody's doing it. But walking and talking, it doesn't just sound cute, right? I do that for reasons. Those of us in the healthcare profession, there are many, many reasons for that. It's not just a cute little rhyme, And like Azra has challenged us, we're going to see. Since some of y'all want to say everything I say, see, I say different little things, not to be mean, but to stand out, because everybody's walking. So you do get bored. Like Azra says, you do get bored, like seeing the same thing. So that's why I say what? Eminem over here. What's Eminem? I'm going to give y'all a quiz next week. What's Eminem? And if y'all been walking with me from day one, moderation and modification, right? Moderation and modification. And not you modify exercises, but you also modify your diet, right? You modify exercise. You can't do that deep squat, get down, up. You do a mini squat. You do a baby squat. If you can't briskly walk, just walk. Walk. See, I like to walk with a purpose, okay? Because this is a slow walk. So even if you have to slow walk, according to your fitness level, that is your purpose right now, right? It's just to get started. So you still have a purpose as well. You got people who like kind of moderately walk, not really brisk, a little bit better than slow, a little faster than slow. Then you got that brisk walk, right? Then you got that walk. Show them how you walk, okay? You want to move those hips, move those legs, move those arms. Keep that neck on keep that head on a swivel so you can watch your surroundings, right? Right? And y'all know my favorite ones. Work that body. Make sure you don't hurt that body, right? Right? So I want to be different, okay? And I ain't heard nobody say that, okay? So that's what I do. If you listen, if I tell you something that somebody else is saying, it's just kind of like general knowledge. Some of that Google stuff you can Google. But the way I walk, my little sayings that I have, I'm like that because that's how my parents were, my grandparents were. There are some sayings that we all know about, right? But then I come up with my own stuff because that helps me remember things, like, right? Not only with just exercising, just life in general. Remember I was saying sometimes some people, they say tie a ribbon around your finger to remember certain things. Well, I remember things by correlating one thing to another, right? I remember things by correlating one thing to something totally different. Sometimes they're similar, sometimes they're different. But that's me. Like, I pride myself on that. And the knowledge that I have, best believe it was paid for. So yeah, I get a little perturbed when I hear other people saying some of the stuff that I know, because it's the way they say it. You know, they don't quite really know what they're talking about. They know kind of what they mean, but when you're saying something because you hear somebody else say it, it doesn't come out fluidly, okay? It doesn't come out fluidly. It doesn't flow. It doesn't flow the way it should, right? So we do M&M over here, moderation and modification, right? Work your body, make sure you don't hurt your body. Your heart is the pump, the most important muscle in your body, right? You want to work it, but you don't want to overexert it. You want to work it, but you don't want to overexert, right? You want to get in cardiovascular aerobic activity. Work that heart, work those lungs. Take deep breaths in throughout the day. In the morning when you get up, right? Before you even sit up to the side of the bed, take you a few deep breaths in, about 3 to 5, right? All right, you can start stretching as you're lying in bed, y'all. You can start stretching as you're lying in bed, right? You can put a hand on each side of your head, support, pull that knee down to your chest and get a stretch in the back of your neck. Get a stretch in the back of your neck, right? All right, hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Release. Put that chin back to that chest again. 3, 2, 3, 4, and 4. 2, 3, 4. Release. Now take your hands, put them back to each side, and slightly lean to the right. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Up, right? To the left. 2, 3, 4, and 3. 2, 3, 4. Y'all, I miscounted. I thought I was still on 2. We're going to do two on each side, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And as we're around here challenging me to a sing-off. I'm trying to get these numbers right. Okay. We're going to do that sing-off challenge, though. All right? So you want to take those shoulders and pull them up to your earlobes. You're still lying in bed, y'all. And we only been doing this for like a minute. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. You can extend your arms to each side, right? And roll to the front. 2, 3, 4, and back, 2, 3. You're still lying in bed, right? Take that left arm, bring it across the chest, and get a good stretch. Okay, put that right arm near the shoulder, and then do the opposite. Right arm across the chest, protect with that left hand, stretch. Now you want to make a bridge with those legs, right? Pull that belly button down into the mattress. Pull that belly button down into the mattress. Take both hands, put them behind your hamstring, your leg, the back of your thigh, right? Keep one on the bed, pull one forward toward the chest. Don't pull too much, a slight pull. We're just doing something to wake that body up, okay? 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. You do the opposite leg. All right, then you stretch those legs out. You want to point, flex, extend, and flex. Think of your toe as a pencil and do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. Just do 2 of each. All right, and you do that other foot the same way. And you can do this standing up and practice on your balance. Okay, practice on your balance. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Inward, outward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Outward. Okay, inward and outward. Okay. And then just pull those legs to the side of the bed, and guess what? That was like 3 minutes, y'all. That was 3 minutes. So you get that blood flowing, right? Without even doing hard cardio. Without doing the hard cardio, because let me explain to you. Your vessels have valves, right? Your vessels have valves. Your heart, that major muscle, has valves, but your vessels have valves as well, right? Right? Your veins, right, carry that unoxygenated blood to the heart. Those vessels have valves that help to push. So you want to work those valves, right? You want to pump, 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 pump. Work on those calves. They're the farthest away. The feet and the calves are the farthest away from your heart, right? Help your heart out. Help your heart out. Boom, 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 okay? All right, let's see. Rudy says, right, love your sayings. I had one that I say, pay for your health now or pay for your... Yes, you do say that. You do say that, and you're the only person that I hear say that. See, and that's what makes it cool. You know, that's what makes it cool, Rudy. That makes it cool. You know, there are some things that we all know, we've all heard before, but I try my best to just make up my own stuff. I like my own little slang. And that's a great one. That is a great one that you say all the time. You emphasize that. You really push that. You really, really push that. You do. You always push that. I know other people, Jordan, the Jay Jordan has his sayings, you know, because we're all doing the same thing. So you want to make it a little bit different. You want to make something about it a little bit different. Yes, if I hear that or I see that, I'm going to think rooted. I'm going to think famous, okay? So you want to push, help to push that, your heart. You know, you want to help your heart out. Just stretching, different stretches, bends, movements. Make sure that you protect yourself as you're stretching. Protect yourself as you're doing those movements, okay? Your synovial cavities, they create synovial fluid. That synovial fluid lubricates your joints. Some people sometimes make less, right? They have certain joint issues, so they make less. But your body can still make some, okay? Your body can still make some. Sometimes some people will make a little bit less as we age, or as we, you know, if you have an injury, some certain types of injuries or conditions. But I don't know a healthcare provider that doesn't want you to move a little bit. Just make sure that you're moving correctly for your level of fitness, right? And hopefully, in spite of whatever it is that you have going on, hopefully the more you move, the more you improve, okay? Hopefully the more you move, the more you improve, all right? The more you move, the more you improve. Hopefully that will be the key. And remember, when I walk and talk, the key component is the walking. The key component is the walking. The key component is the walking. And don't forget to get some resistance training in. Okay? Do not forget to get you bare minimum 2 days. Maybe do 2 days of a full body workout, right? Weight training, resistance training, weight resistance training workout, right? It's spring now, ladies and gentlemen. You want those arms to look as nice as they can. You want those shoulders to be toned, right? Right? You want those arms. You want your whole body to be as toned as possible, right? So work out good, feel good, and you will what? Look good, okay? What's the most important part though? That feeling good. That feeling good. So if you're working out and you're starting to feel good, you're going to start to look good. Like I said yesterday, you can go in the store with your bonnet on and your night clothes. But if you're feeling good, can't nobody tell you nothing, right? You can go into the store. A lot of people don't like that. I'm not particularly fond of that. But I'm just saying, you can go into a store with your bonnet on, your night clothes on, and if you feel good, in your eyes, you look good, right? In your eyes, you look good. Y'all hear those birds still singing? They're still talking, still chirping, still singing, right? In your eyes, you look good. And that's what matters. The most important part is feeling good. Hey, Annie. Hey, Lance Pride in chat. Hey, Annie, how you doing? Welcome into the chat. Welcome into the live. I appreciate you for coming in. How are you? How are you? How are you? I hope you had a wonderful week. I hope that you have plans to have a wonderful weekend or are preparing to have a wonderful weekend. Get you some rest, okay? And like I say to the weekend warriors, those of you who work on the weekends, listen, go ahead and get that work done on the weekend. And your first off day during the week, make sure that you get you some rest. Take some me time, okay? Have you some me time. Like I said, a lot of times when people exercise, that's their me time. That's my me time. But I still like to have, a little extra time to myself, other than when I'm exercising, right? Yes, I did. How about you? I did, Annie, I had a wonderful week. I hope and pray to have a wonderful weekend. I don't have any big plans for the weekend, but I hope to have a wonderful weekend. You can have a wonderful weekend by just getting you some rest, right? Hey, Joya. Hey, sis. In chat, I'm a little late. I'm tired. They have gotten the butter from the duck this week. They have gotten the butter from the duck this week. Laugh out loud. I have spoken with Sin, Mad Dog, and you. Thank you, Joya. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate Annie. I'm trying to be nose on camera. Look, I'm tongue-tied. I appreciate you and Annie. I appreciate everyone who came through the live today. Rooted in Essential Oils. Azra, Shawanda came through here. CJ was in here. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. And thank you again for that blessing, Annie, on our live the other night. I appreciate you, sis. I definitely appreciate you. You have always been so encouraging and always been so supportive. And not just to me, to others. And I appreciate that. I appreciate what the encouragement you've given me. And if others haven't told you, I'm telling you, they appreciate it. They need to appreciate it. Joyelle says, hey, love, you wouldn't believe I have to hop on a Zoom right quick. Okay, that's okay, Joyelle. I'm about to get out of here. I've been on for like an hour and 25 minutes. If I don't talk to you anymore today, I love you and I'll email you. Okay, all right, Joyelle, love you too. And thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Thank you for the kissy faces, Annie. Annie, that's the truth. Sometimes I think as content creators, I like to say, if I don't have a whole bunch of people in my chat, but I do have people who support me. So I always like to say, even when somebody hasn't sent me something financially, that's not what it's about for me. It's if you come in here and you show up or even if you don't show up all the time, but you have encouraged me and you have been here and you supported me, you need to tell people that you appreciate them. You really need to tell people that you appreciate them. And y'all showed out on the live the other night. You and Eris B, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate that. I really, really do. You know, like I said, it's not always about what you can give to a person financially or materialistic. The materialistic things, those things are greatly appreciated, and I definitely appreciate you guys. I appreciate those people who cash out me. I appreciate you. People who super chat me and send me super stickers, I appreciate you. And I'm just gonna have to just tell y'all, Annie gets a special appreciation, okay? Annie gets a special appreciation because Annie is my special sis, okay? Annie is special to me. All of you guys are special to me. But there are some people that you have known that have been with you since day one, you know, or at least when you decided that you wanted to start creating content, even if your content is just like me walking and talking and having conversation. You have to appreciate those who support you, right? So I appreciate all of my subscribers. I appreciate the content creators / subscribers. I appreciate my moderators, okay? And yes, I appreciate YouTube because YouTube is a platform that is free to us to have. We have to share a little bit, okay? But it is free to us to have, you know, to express ourselves. And a lot of times we fuss about what goes on, the YouTube rules or what they do or how much they do this or how much they take. But listen, it's a free platform, right? So I appreciate YouTube as well. I appreciate YouTube as well. Rudy says, hey, Joe, yeah, hey, Annie. Annie says hello to Rudy. Hey, Mad Dog. Mad Dog says, hey, sis. Hey, Mad Dog. Welcome in, everyone. Double tap the screen, okay? Or click the 3 dots to thumbs up the live. Thumbs up this live, y'all. I appreciate you. I got 11 thumbs. See, I never know. Should I have gone live? Because y'all know I walk at night now. I walk at night. All right, because I got the security, okay? I got the security. They right down the street. They look, I can see them. All I gotta do is say, hey. But look, we got the security, okay? We got the security too. We got 2 forms of security, okay? All right? Actually, we got like 3 or 4, okay? But I'm like, and y'all know I have walked at night. Sometimes I end my lives at night. And very, very rarely I'll start one kind of close to first dark, kind of knock it out in like 30 minutes. But thank you guys for coming in here. I should have waited a little later. I'm almost about to get out of here. I appreciate you. Again, I appreciate the subscribers, my content creators who are also subscribers, my moderators who are also subscribers, right? And I appreciate YouTube, okay? I appreciate YouTube. Because for whatever we fuss about, it's still their platform, right? It's still their platform. So guys, just remember, watch the legs move. Look at the legs move. I pray that it encourages you to get up and move your legs, move your arms, move that waist, okay? Work on that waist. Listen, don't worry about it. Men and women, don't worry about it. If you got a little pudge in your church, sometimes it's hereditary, y'all, okay? Sometimes you can work your butt off and you still have that area, that one area. Because let me tell you something about working out. You can spot tone your muscles. If you want bigger calves or bigger calves, not necessarily big. Did I say big or bigger at first? If you have small calves and you want bigger calves, you can work on that by toning and weights. But when we lose weight, we can't determine where the fat falls off, right? Look at it. We cannot determine where the fat falls off. Oh, thank you, Rudy. Thank you. We appreciate and love you. Thank you, Rudy. I appreciate that. Thank you for the purple heart. Andy laughing. Yeah, we all got, I'm telling you, Andy, sometimes, I don't care how slim you are, sometimes you might have that little pudge in the waist or pudge in the stomach, and you can get it down. And even when you get it down, it's not like when we were 15, 16, 17, when we rarely had much fat, right? You can get it down and still be slim, be at a good weight, but you still may have those love handles. You still may have that little pudge, you know, especially if you have kids, but then don't get it twisted. Because there are a lot of women who have 4, 5, 6 kids and stomach just as flat as a sheet of paper. So sometimes it's just genetics, y'all. It's hereditary. It's your genes, okay? It's that DNA. So whatever you got, work with what you got. Self-improve for you. Whatever self-improvement that you do it for you. You'll be more successful when you do. When I say over here, meet you at you. You got to meet you at you. Meet you where you are. You got to meet you where you are. So that's why I say when I walk with a purpose. Well, somebody who hasn't really been walking, they can walk like this. And this is their purpose, right? This is their purpose. This is their purpose. I'm trying to put these shades in my bag, y'all. This is their purpose, right? So you just got to do you. You have to meet you where you are. Rudy says, Lance Prize, do you know the content creator coach, Mean Reen? She works out, and I think you would enjoy her. I don't know her. I need to look her up because I don't know her. I bet I would enjoy her. I bet I would enjoy her. I need to look her up. Her name is, what did he say? Mean Reen. Okay. Rudy says, hi, Mad Dog. So, you got to meet you where you are. Stop trying to compete with people that you don't compare with. And that's not meant to be ugly. That's meant to mean you don't want to hurt yourself trying to do what your sister does, your brother does, your neighbor does, your mother does, your father does, your church member does, your classmate does, your coworker does, your enemy does, your frenemy does, your friend does, right? You want to meet you where you are. Meet you where you are. And hopefully with the grace of God, you will improve, right? Move to improve, okay? Move to improve. And once you start to moving, keep moving. Move to improve. Let that be your goal. Move to improve, okay? Move to improve. Keep moving, and move to improve. Coach Mean Reen. Ren. Is it Reen or Ren? It's got two E's. Because I'm thinking Reen. Because Ren, I think, would be R-E-N, right? I think R-E-E-N and R-E-A-N would be Reen. I think. Mad Dog says, hey, Rooted. So, yes, work your body. Make sure you don't hurt your body. Don't overexert yourself. Just do a little bit at a time. You will start to notice the difference. You will notice the difference. And listen, if you feel like you're not improving, just switch it up. Modify your routine. Check with your healthcare provider. And maybe they've already given you some modifications anyway. So just switch it up. Do something different, okay? All right? Remember, your heart is the most important muscle in your body. It is the pump that pumps that blood, your fluids, your lymph, okay? The blood through your circulatory system, your lymph through your lymphatic system, all right? Y'all hear that helicopter? Oh, my gosh. And you have vessels. Those, your vessels have valves. They have valves. Your vessels have valves to help push as well, right? To help push as well. Your veins push the blood back to your heart. Your arteries carry it away from your heart, right? The blood pumps, your heart pushes it through those arteries. The arteries carry the blood away. The veins carry the unoxygenated blood to the heart so that it sends it to your lungs to become oxygenated again. Okay? I got it the first time. Okay, I got this rooted. So, yes, your heart, that pump about the size of a fist, right? It's the most important muscle in your body. Try your best to protect it and to take care of it as much as you can. But in doing so, don't overexert yourself. Slow down when you need to, stop when you need to, and restart later, all right? Y'all remember the R words, right? We are very fond of the P words and the R words, right? So always remember to relax, release, relate to the things that you can, resolve the things that you can, remember who you are, revisit some of the things that you used to do that made you happy. Sometimes you sit back and you think, I haven't done so-and-so in a long time. Do it again. Revisit those things. Remember those things. Revisit those things, right? Reincorporate those things into your life today, right? Right? Reconnect with people that you missed that you haven't seen in a while. See how those R words go? We've hit about 9 already, right? Reconstruct. Like Joyelle likes to say, reconstruct. Sometimes you have to put you under reconstruction, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with you now, but sometimes you just want to improve. You want to do things a little bit better, right? Right? Replenish your mind, heart, body, and soul. Okay? All right, respect yourself. Okay? Relinquish some of those things that you really just don't need. Relinquish, let go. All right? Reset, refocus, reset, and restart. You're back, Azra. Okay, Azra, I'm going to be on for about 2 or 3 more minutes. I'm about to get out of here, right? And remember that 4-letter word, self. Self-love, self-commitment, self-dedication, self-esteem, right? Self-improvement, self-awareness, okay? Selfish. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. I know we should put God first, of course. And after God, many of us put who first? Family, right? Well, you want to be able to continue to take care of the family the way that you do, right? So it's okay to be selfish sometimes. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. All right? So y'all know what time it is. I wish you peace, positivity, and prosperity. Peace, positivity, and prosperity. Without peace, there's what? Chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever negativity and chaos hold hands and dance around together, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. I'm not going to say you won't prosper, but if you let chaos and negativity play too much in your mind, you may fail to prosper to your fullest potential. I want you to prosper to your fullest potential so that you can walk patiently into your purpose. All right? I want you to prosper so that you can walk patiently into your purpose. And you ain't got to be so patient. Hey, walk into that purpose. Walk into that thing. Okay? Peace, positivity, and prosperity so that you can walk into your purpose. That's what we do over here. We try to walk into our purpose. In Lions Pride, let's walk and talk original. Okay? We try to walk into our purpose. So make sure that you focus on walking into your purpose. All right? Y'all have a wonderful weekend. If it's the Lord's will. I think tomorrow's supposed to be a pretty day. Okay? If I don't get real busy and start running around, of course we'll be back. Okay? All right? Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night, a wonderful weekend. And when Monday rolls around, be just as happy to see Monday as you are to see Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I know Monday can be rough. Right? But listen, every day is a blessing. Each and every day is a blessing. Thank you, Rudy. You too. You have a great weekend too. Much love. Much love to you, Rudy. Thank you for coming into the live. I appreciate you. Thank you, Azra. Thank you, Mad Dog. Annie, you know I love you, sis. Thank you, Joyelle, sis. I know you're on that Zoom. Handle your business. I'll see you a little bit later. Shawanda, Retirement Days, Comfort Foods, and more. Betty. CJ was in here. Azra was in here cutting up, challenging people to singing and carrying on. So Azra, you gonna make that short? Azra done challenged me to some singing. Azra about to get what he don't want. Azra, we gonna be walking and talking and singing. All right? And you think it's something to walk and talk, baby. It's gonna be something to walk and talk and sing. Y'all, Azra done challenged me. I said, I think I need to make that challenge to everybody. Walk, talk, and sing. Okay? Annie says, have a great weekend. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate you. I'm glad I stayed on because I started to get off like right at an hour. But I stayed on, so I was able to catch you guys. And I'm glad that you guys were able to catch me. Thank you again, Annie, for the blessing. And Eris B, if you're in the bushes, thank you as well. Okay? Because I know Eris B be in the bushes sometimes, y'all. She says she be in the bushes. Eris B been a busy lady. She's been a busy lady. You're doing it when you go live? Okay, Azra. Okay, Azra. Y'all, we have to look out for the young ones too, okay? We have to look out for the young ones too. So we try to keep it cute. Bye, y'all.